You know that feeling, right? You donate to a charity, you feel pretty good about it, and then you hear nothing. Or maybe worse, all you get is another email asking for more money. It's super common, and it really points to this huge challenge nonprofits are facing. How do you turn someone who gives once into a supporter for life? Well, today, we're going to look at a really interesting company that thinks it has cracked the code. Let's dive in.
So here's what we've got on tap. First, we're going to dig into why funding is such a tough spot for nonprofits. Then, I'll introduce you to a company called Forever Story, and we'll unpack their really unique storytelling model. We'll also see why it's so much more than just a donation. And then we'll wrap things up by asking, hey, is this what the future of giving is going to look like?
All right, let's kick things off with a big problem. Especially in a shaky economy, charities are finding it incredibly difficult to get that stable, predictable funding they absolutely need to plan for the future.
And this right here is the question that probably keeps nonprofit directors tossing and turning at night. A one-time gift is fantastic, don't get me wrong, but you can't build a long-term mission on it. Think about a veterans organization or a cancer research charity. They have to know that support is coming in year after year. So the real question is, how do you transform that single moment of generosity into a genuine, lasting relationship?
This really breaks it down, you know? It's like you've got two completely different worlds. Over here, you have the one-time gift. It's quick, it's transactional, and it's totally unpredictable. But over here, that's the dream. Sustainable funding that's built on real loyalty, something you can actually count on. The number one challenge for pretty much every nonprofit out there is building a bridge from one to the other.
So that's the problem. And that's where our story, Forever Story, comes into the picture. They looked at this exact challenge and came up with something completely different.
So what is this thing, Forever Story? Well, at its core, it's a digital platform, but it has a really clever twist. See, instead of just asking for a donation, it actually gives something incredibly valuable back. It offers supporters a unique service, the chance to capture and digitally preserve their own life stories, their family's history, their legacy.
And you know what's really cool? Just how flexible this whole model is. It's not just for one type of organization. We're seeing it pop up with all kinds of groups, from organizations that support our veterans, to health charities doing life-saving research, and even aged care facilities that want to help their residents share their incredible life stories.
Okay, so that's the big picture. But how does this thing actually, work? Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Believe it or not, the process is actually really simple. First, a nonprofit teams up with Forever Story to create a platform that has both of their brands on it. Then, they offer this service to their base of supporters. People can buy a digital space to record their memories and family histories. And here's the magic. A huge chunk of that purchase price goes straight back to the nonprofit.
And the cost for a supporter to do this? A fee of just $49.95. So for less than $50, a family gets a permanent digital home for all of their stories. That's a priceless heirloom you can pass down through generations.
Okay, now check out this breakdown. A full 40%, that's a huge chunk, of every single purchase goes directly to the partner nonprofit. This creates a really predictable, substantial revenue stream that isn't based on just asking for a handout, but on offering something people actually want to buy. But honestly, the money is only part of the story here. Where this model gets truly innovative is on an emotional level. It's designed to create a connection that goes way, way deeper than just a simple financial transaction. Yeah, I think this quote just nails it. By giving supporters a tool to preserve their own family legacy, the charity is offering them something that is both tangible and completely priceless. It's a massive shift, right? The charity is actually giving back to the donor, and in doing so, it creates this much stronger, much more meaningful bond. So think about what's happening here. The person supporting the cause isn't just giving money. They're actively creating something powerful and permanent for their own family. Their act of support gets woven into their own personal story, making that connection to the cause so much stronger. And when you do that, the results are, they're pretty powerful. We're not talking about a little bump in fundraising for one quarter. We're talking about building deep emotional loyalty. It creates this thing called legacy engagement, which is just a powerful way of saying it forges a bond that strengthens that supporter's connection to the mission for the long haul. So let's zoom out for a second. What does all of this really mean for the bigger picture, for the whole world of charity and philanthropy? Let's think about the implications here.
When you put the two models side by side, the difference is just night and day. The traditional model, its whole focus is on soliciting a gift. It's an ask. But the Forever Story model, it flips that completely on its head. Its focus is on offering value. It's a give. And that simple, powerful shift from asking to offering could literally change everything.
And all of this leads us to a really fascinating question about where giving is headed. I mean, is that old model of a one-way transaction starting to fade? Are we moving into a new era where supporting a cause you care about is more of a meaningful exchange of value, where you actually get something deeply personal and valuable in return? It's a really powerful thought, and it's one that just might reshape the entire landscape of giving as we know it.
Open hands and heart, hold this light. Little box of yesterday shining bright. Laughter warm like Sunday skies. Hands that taught our hearts of faith never say goodbye.
Puppies love warm apple pies. Hugs that mended every tear.
All the pieces of a life we share,
safe here, forever near.
live forever, share forever, forever story, every name. Hold them close and pass them onward. Love remembers just the same. Live forever, share forever. Voices, photos, notes of grace. From our hearts to generations, forever story keeps there.